Hey guys, welcome to Costa Rica Real Estate and Investments. I'm your host, Richard Beckson. Today, we're going to be talking with Britta Engelhardt of Tropical Homes of Costa Rica. She's based in Flamingo, Guanacaste. She's been up there for over 25 years and has seen it all. Britta has Tropical Homes, which is a property management company up there in Flamingo, and she's recently basically reached out and also started real estate as well. So we're going to be talking about the inner workings of property management, whether if you have a property with her, you can make money, and also what she's seeing in the real estate trends up there as well. So let's get straight into it. Remember, if you have any questions for Britta or future guests, please put them below. Or if there are any suggestions that you'd like to see for future podcasts as well, I'd be happy to reach out and find those resources and bring the information to you. Remember, you can subscribe in the link below in the descriptions. And we're also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and a bunch of different other podcasting facilities. So let's get straight into it. It's going to be a good one. Well, Britta, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing perfect. We just had Easter week behind us, and so now we get ready for the mid-season and then finishing the season and then get ready for the big high season, which we are expecting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be crazy. We're expecting, probably one of the biggest high seasons we've seen in a while. So with all these vaccinations going on, it's July and August. I think we'll probably see quite a few families down here. And then I'm sure at Christmas and especially January, February, March 2022 is going to be insane. So
I think the same. I think the same. I mean, we had, before COVID hit, we had January, February already very, very high. And I think it's going to be even more. So we are very much looking forward to that.
Woo!
Yes.
Well, Britta, you've been down here in Costa Rica for, over 15 years.
25 years, actually.
Oh my God. Wow. I'm sure during that time you've seen some interesting things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What has surprised you recently, though?
I was really surprised, being in the middle of a pandemic that, and everything is shutting down and Costa Rica real estate market is booming. I mean, for me, it was just crazy to see that people suddenly bought real estate by video. I mean, this is unheard of and it didn't stop. It just keeps going and going and going.
That's insane. And if I'm correct, I think you guys have just moved into real estate, right?
Exactly. So we started a month ago, and we have already now 3 agents working for us, which is small for many companies, but starting in a month and already working with 3 agents because we have already a couple of closings. It's pretty interesting. So I'm very, very happy. Well,
congratulations. It's a big move, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We've spoken quite a bit on this podcast with people in real estate property management. They've said that once you involve a property management company, you can't make good return investment on a property because some people look to make an investment and get a return and have a property management company. From your perspective, because again, you have kind of more of the view of the insidewards, is that true or not?
No, because we have many renters, they not necessarily would work with a private person because there might be a scam behind. People get so afraid nowadays of things, so they rather work with a company and know that they're taken care of. It's the same with me. So I rather work with other agencies renting their homes than with a private person because I never know what to expect. So it's for me, it's a safety concern for sure.
Okay. But I mean, from the point of view of, again, if someone buys a property from you guys, has it basically kind of you guys property manage it and wants to then rent it through you guys for you guys to fill out the calendar, can they make money basically with it? Can they make some money on it?
Of course. I mean, that's the whole idea. If you have an investment over here and a property management companies knows where to place the homes on which web pages. They also have the contacts to other agencies. They have contacts to international agencies. So I think there is a much better connection available. So means making more money for your investment.
Okay. I mean, for you, because again, you have a wide variety. How many properties do you guys have?
We manage around 70, and I also manage condo associations. So
okay.
we do everything.
Okay, wow. I mean, you guys must have seen, I mean, I'm sure you have seen a huge spectrum of properties, different properties. I mean, what makes the difference between a property, in your opinion, that makes money and one that just breaks even?
What I see is what owners have to understand. They have to upgrade their houses, let's say like every 5 years or so, because taste changes. Um, Everybody knows we are also very dependent on certain markets and certain designs. So you have to be up to date. I see it more and more. We had like, let's say like 10 years ago, we had more the Spanish colonial style going on. And these places have a much harder time to rent right now than something which is brand new, more the clean look, beachy style, tropical style. You have to update your houses for sure.
And how do you, I mean, I suppose that you guys help as your kind of your owners with that, like, you know, that change in the style as well. I mean, that's a good thing about having a property management company is they get to see all of that, you know, and where the demand is.
Yes, I mean, we do make suggestions. We can also help the owners, of course, to remodel their houses. Actually, we do that right now. We are remodeling a complete house, or if it's just like the updating of your bathroom and bring it up to date again, things like that. I mean, that's where we can help with because we are here. We know with whom to work, where you don't lose your money on, and the workers are running away with your money. So I think that's important, especially here in Costa Rica. I mean, everybody has been through that probably at least once. So yeah, very important.
Well, I mean, I take it the trend then is, you know, more of, as you mentioned there, more of a contemporary, new age kind of beach kind of vibe.
Exactly, absolutely. And if you go, for example, to places like Las Catalinas,
Yep.
They're absolutely on par, and that's what people like. I mean, that's the new style, and you have to follow that because that's what people like.
Okay.
And you can't forget that people buy through photos, through the internet or videos. So they don't really know maybe Britta or Tropical Homes. They see the house and they like it, and they just have to go with the photos. And if I have the choice with something which was designed 10 years ago or something totally fresh, of course I go with a new one, which is maybe even the same price.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, having fresh photos and videos, you know, even drone footage now, which of course is, you know, is kind of has been the rage for a while. I think that's very important. I mean, can you just give me a rough idea, and feel free to not want to give too much information away. I mean, how much does a good property earn per year? Like, what is its return on investment? Because that's a question that we get all the time. If I invest, what's a typical return on investment I'm going to get?
But it's very difficult to say because each house is completely individual. I have homeowners, they rather don't rent as much, but have a very high rental rate.
Yep.
Then I have the owners who are here in the high season. Of course, they don't have a good return of investment because they're missing out on the high season. It's very difficult to say. It's really very, very individual. Then you have, of course, the $4 million homes. They rent completely different than the $200 per night house, right? So it's I can't really say like there is no formula. You can't.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give the listeners an idea of, you know, because I think that some people are like, look, I'm going to make a 20% return on my investment, whereas I've typically understood that like that's pretty crazy number. You know, whereas
absolutely, I don't think so. I mean, there is always the exception of the rule, but 20%, I don't believe that.
Do you think that homes can make 10%?
Yes, they can, but then they really have to be on it all the time. So, and you can't just like be here for 4 months in high season. So, because then you won't make that.
Yeah, I think that that's it. I think that you need to make a decision of, is this a investment or is this more of like I suppose a lifestyle investment that I'm making? Meaning I'm going to come down and use it. If it rents and covers its costs, it's kind of okay. But like, if you want to make it as an investment that like, I'm not going to come down and use it, it could probably make money, no?
Yes, absolutely. And it's also people, and especially when it's a new house, and especially women, they have a problem with that. It's like, you have to see it as a business. It's not your private home.
Yep.
And people are, of course, when they have a new house, they're very proud, they love it. But there comes the time where we have to tell them, hey, this is a business. Please see it as a hotel, because that's what it is after all.
Yep.
So, and that's sometimes a little bit difficult to make that step, but eventually people understand.
Well, I'm glad you're having that conversation and not me, Britta. I mean, for anyone out there that's looking for a property management company, because I mean, you see people asking all over the internet here for, good property management companies, which I think is, again, it's a very difficult question to answer. But I mean, what do you think are the most important questions to ask a property management company, when you're looking for one?
Yeah, so first of all, what kind of service they're offering. So, I mean, you can do just basic service, but we are like a full service agency. So we can offer you not only the renting or the property management, we can remodel for you. We help you with the taxes, which is a big thing here in Costa Rica by now. So very important what kind of services they're offering. Do they mark up on certain services they are offering, for example, very important, because that gives you also like an insight on what you actually pay, your expenses you're going to have, what area they are actually working, because on the map everything looks very close together over here, but that's not the case. So I mean, for example, we are probably only like 40 kilometers away from Playa del Coco, but I would never manage a house over there because our office is in Playa Flamingo. So you want to make sure that you work with somebody who's close by to your house. Very important as well.
I think that's a great point, because again, Costa Rica does look small on a map, but even going from Flamingo to Coco through the Monkey Trail, which is kind of a dirt road, I mean, that's a 40-minute drive at the best, and it's a different world. I mean, there are different parts of the country, really.
Exactly. So at one point I thought about starting in Playa Grande, and we stopped it because it didn't make sense. It's like, oh, we need a light bulb 20 minutes away, 30 minutes driving to change a light bulb. So it doesn't make sense to us. And so that's why we are here between pretty much Playa Flamingo and Las Catalinas. So that's where we are. And if there's an emergency, you want to make sure that you're as fast as possible close to your houses. So, and there's enough work for everybody. So we stay here in that area for sure.
I think that's very smart. And I think that's something that anybody looking at a property management company needs to be aware of. Find one that is location specific. I saw somebody the other day that was looking to buy a property, but they didn't know where, but they wanted to find a property management company first. And I was like, that's kind of the chicken before the egg. I'm like, you need to find a location, then find the property, and then find a property management company. It's not find a good property management company and then you're going to go and buy there. I mean, anyway, so I had a little laugh out of that one. So yeah. So I mean, you guys have just ventured into real estate, but I'm sure that you have a very unique perspective on it as well. And as I mentioned, I think it's very smart that you guys have done this. Because again, property management and real estate do go hand in hand. But I mean, based on your knowledge on what it is that you're seeing, where do you believe the gap in the real estate market is at the moment?
So the inventory is shrinking, and it's amazing to see. The problem is we don't have any houses, like one family homes below $400,000. There's nothing available here anymore. So what happens is people have to go further out of the area, like driving a little bit more to get to the beach. And again, like we are talking like, instead of driving 2 minutes, you have to drive maybe 10 minutes. But that area is definitely something which is not available anymore. There's no, like a nice house under $400,000 is pretty much not there anymore.
Yeah.
And then you have on the other spectrum houses, let's say between $1 and $2 million. There is not so much there anymore. People just keep buying them, and just sometimes even still not with video. I mean, it's amazing. So, but this is really like where we are right now. So we have, for example, right now we are offering like, it's a little condo development. They're offering 2-bedroom homes for around $150,000, and they're not even built yet, and they're already selling.
Wow.
Because there is nothing in that price range. It's a little bit further out, but people know that they won't find anything else new. anymore in the area. Our area is quite expensive. Land prices have risen as well substantially, so there is nothing.
Yeah. And do you think that increase in land prices around the Flamingo area, I mean, I'm sure it's basically speculation over the marina and the demand that there's going to be, but do you see that's continuing to increase?
I think it will, because we are running out of space close to the beaches.
Yep.
So people have to go further inland. I mean, there's still lots of space also for development. So it's not like that everything is built full, but the development companies also have to come back and really develop something. So it's like, for example, Mar Vista, they still have lots of property available and eventually it will be developed, I'm sure. But there is not so much developed, or there is still a lot of space for development over here, for sure.
Yeah, I looked around Mar Vista the other day, actually, with Moose. And went round it all. And I mean, he's got a lot of space there still to develop. But I asked him, I said, okay, if you were to go back when you first started this project and tell yourself something, what would you tell yourself? And I think he said, I wouldn't do it. He was like, it's just the amount of time and money he had to put in infrastructure, which is something he just didn't have an idea of.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you might know I'm the administrator of Mar Vista, so I know a little bit about it. And it's true. So, I mean, just the legal part of it, the whole infrastructure, it's a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of lawyers work, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you're a lawyer in real estate, you're making good money. So
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Next life, I'm going to be an AC technician or a lawyer.
Is there a question that I haven't asked you think that I should have asked you, Britta?
No, I think, as you said, like Marina is definitely the big one over here. I just got a couple of clients that were interested in reserving a spot, and for a certain size of a boat, it's not available anymore. So the Marina is already half reserved. So I'm very much looking to a very bright future over here right now and I think it keeps going as it is right now. I don't see an end, and yeah, I'm very happy about that.
Well, I mean, it's great to see Flamingo have kind of a renaissance, because it used to be the place, in the 90s. I mean, it was the place where everybody came. And then it kind of dispersed, went towards Tamarindo area, Coconamos a little bit. So it's great to see kind of all of that coming back. But the good thing is it has all the infrastructure that it had there, so yeah, I think again, I agree with you, Britta. I think you're very well positioned there.
Yeah, and we have the international schools over here. We have the fiber optic over here. So for the digital nomads, that Costa Rica is working on laws to get these people in here. So I think we are moving into the right direction, for sure.
Wow. If you inherited $500,000, my last question for you, Britta, and it's the one that I ask everybody, and everybody has very different answers sometimes, and you had to invest it in a business or real estate in Costa Rica, what would you do and why?
Well, if I could, I would probably buy a beachfront lot, but you don't get any beachfront lot here for 500,000 anymore. So if I would have known that 20 years ago, I would have bought a couple of those. But I would still most likely buy a single family home and rent it out, for sure. And as many bedrooms as possible, very important. Trend goes to big groups.
It's incredible because, again, back in 2008, we developed an 8-bedroom place just because we just saw the demand for very large bedroom places. You get to kind of like 2-3 bedrooms, and then there really isn't that much. And then it kind of, there's tons of inventory in that area. But then as you start to get to 4, 5, 6, just the amount of properties just starts to really drop off.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, trend is definitely big homes, many bedrooms, bunk beds, you name it. So my biggest house sleeps 26 people. And before COVID, it was pretty much rented full time.
Wow. Well, Britta, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you. I very much appreciate you taking the time. I know it sounds like you're juggling chainsaws over there, as we say, between property management, real estate, and everything that's going on. I'm going to put all the contact details in the description here, so anyone that wants to reach out to Tropical Homes or Britta herself can do. And yeah, Britta, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Britta. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.